God gave me just this morning while I was laying in the bed is accountability, 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 and make it personal. Oftentimes we like to judge our salvation or our standing with God based on what somebody else thinks about us or whether or not they feel it is good, bad, or indifferent, whatever the case may be. But we have to learn to make it personal. We have the ability and the authority to go to God Himself and for Him to let us know whether or not He is pleased with us or not. I don't care what Joe Blow says about the situation or what he says about you or me. If it is not pleasing to God, then it's not pleasing at all. And it speaks about these things in His Word about how we're supposed to make it personal and how we're supposed to have a personal relationship with Him. A lot of people don't say, well, what do you mean a personal relationship with God? That means some intimate relationship between you and Him, to where you can go to Him where I don't have to get advice or I don't have to go to somebody else to figure out what they think about something. Well, I can go to God Himself. And if you go to God and you wait for Him to speak back to you, He will give you just exactly what you need. If you look at Proverbs chapter 28, verse 9, it says, the prayers of a person who ignores the law are despised. So people are saying, okay, well, why I'm praying, but why is nothing happening? Why am I not getting ahead? Why does it seem like my prayers are going unanswered? Because are you doing the things that God has called you to do? Are you living the lifestyle that God has called you to live? Are you walking in the purpose that God has called you to walk in? And if you can say, I love the Lord all I want. You can say, well, I love Jesus all you want to. But if you are not walking in the way He called you to walk or doing what He called you to do, then your prayers are not even getting past the roof. It says He despises those prayers. He won't even listen to them. He won't even hear them. There are times where you may get blessed and a prayer may get through because God is a loving God. But we're talking about the totality and the whole of your prayers. You have to be in oneness with Him. You have to have a relationship with Him. You have to want to do what He's called you to do and do what He wants you to do. You can't sit there and be a friend of the world and think God is going to be pleased with that. The Word says a lover of the world is an enemy of mine. So God is not going to be in your team or in your corner if you're running around with worried about what the world is doing every day, trying to please your world, trying to please your neighbor, trying to please your friends. In this day and hour, look around you. Look and see what's going on every day. Death on people's front door. We're seeing things happen, catastrophes and natural disasters everywhere you turn. This pandemic, that people thought it was, they kicked it in the butt and it was over with. Now it's ramping back up worse than it's been, with different variants popping up all over the place, and people are running in fear. But you have no fear when you have Jesus on your side. That's why I wore this shirt, because it's Team Jesus. I'm rocking with Jesus. I'm rolling with Jesus. However He tells me to go, whatever He tells me to do, I'm going to do it.